Welcome to Keyword Soup, a Magic the Gathering podcast that he usually does, but I'm doing it this time.
You got it.
Magic the Gathering podcast.
And you said that, yeah. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think that's all they need to know. It's a Magic the Gathering podcast where we talk about all the kinds of things about the game that we love. Something like that is what I usually say.
Whoa. It only took me about 14 episodes to remember that.
Yeah, if you count bonus episode, I think this will be...
I just threw the number 14
This will be number 13, I think,
so
actually. You were close.
I was close, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're ready, we can talk about today's main topic.
Well,
the ones that got away.
We have a topic, but who are you?
You're right. Look at me. You threw me off by taking over the intro duties, and I am beside myself right now.
It just happened.
It happened.
It just happened.
Okay, so I'm Fern, better known as Hydrozoa.
I'm Tsunami, better known as Tsunami.
And now we can actually, if you're ready, talk about the main topic today, the ones that got away.
Whatever it takes, and how our heart breaks. I will be right here. Bring you our cards we wanted to talk about.
So, today we're talking about some commanders that we either never built or we wanted to and just didn't finish the deck, or maybe we used to have them and took it apart, something along those lines. I think is try to do one of each of those.
Yep.
I think yours are roughly the same idea.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to go first?
I was just going to ask you who wants to start.
Well, since we're doing opposite day, let's have you go first, since I feel like I'm doing first all this time. Fernando, who is your first commander?
Today, I'm going to talk about Nekusar the Mind Razor first. Nekusar the Mind Razor is a old school, early days. I want to say the original printing of this guy is 2011. This is the Commander Masters reprint from 2023. I actually cracked this in a pack at my LGS shortly after getting back into the game and getting back into drafting again regularly. And so, I opened this and I was like, oh, cool, foil Nekusar. This is a deck I never built. I want to build this. Stuck it in the binder. Never made any progress to building it. I know I have, a couple of the good wheels and I have a couple of the, other, staples or, auto-include cards for Nekusar, who is a Grixis commander. I'll have it up on the screen so people can read it on their own. We don't have to read every card forever kind of thing. But the general idea of what it is a wheels commander. The idea of his triggered ability, whenever an opponent draws a card, Nekusar deals 1 damage to that player, really appealed to me. Because it's whenever an opponent draws a card. So their card for turn, and if they have their Ristic study going up, they're taking a ton of damage.
They brain surge, they do any card draw. Any card draw, you're just getting value.
I'm getting value from them trying to get value. And then at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. That is symmetrical, so that is for everybody. But that does mean you're getting 2 damage off of your opponent each draw step. Because they're going to draw an additional card. So
excellent.
I really liked that. I just never got around to building it. I don't play a lot of red, so probably my deck would have been mostly blue and black, except for the red wheels, maybe a gamble, maybe I don't know, deflecting swat, good stuff like that in red. I think that's it about for Nekusar. My first one that got away. I love slapping. You can probably tell.
Slap it down.
I feel like on the playmat it sounds better.
Slap at the card.
Slap at the card. That's on the base.
Slap at the card now.
But I don't know what it is about slapping a card on a playmat.
It's the auditory for us.
Yes,
it's
everything. It's perfect.
It gives us that little
yes. Do you want to go with your first one, the one that you never built?
Yes, the first one I've never built, but I've always wanted to is Tajic.
I think it is, yeah.
Blade of the Legion. He's 2 and Boros, so 2 red and a white. Mm-hmm. He is a legendary human soldier, indestructible. And then whenever Tajic, Blade of the Legion, and at least 2 other creatures attack, he gets +5/+5 to end a turn. He's a 2/2, or he's a 2/2.
Yeah.
But then when him and 2 other creatures attack, he becomes a 5/5.
Big beater.
Who is your commander. So if you can get three hits with your commander, that's commander damage.
He's one that I liked back in the day, back when I was playing that limited set, Return to Ravnica, that era, I think it is.
This one shows Dominaria United.
Oh, that's the reprint, because he was printed, that keyword is originally from Ravnica, that alliance.
Dragon's Maze?
Dragon's Maze is the third, yes.
Okay, that was the first set.
Yes.
Okay.
Dragon's Maze is the third set of that block. We didn't want to do blocks anymore in case people get tired of being in Ravnica, and now we're in Marvel six times, because of the 6 stones. Is it 6 stones?
Yep.
Yeah.
6 Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Well, technically 7, because... Oh, no. Marvel. Spider-Man, there was a stone. Duh. I had a moment. Sorry, folks. One thing that attracted me was the indestructible for a commander. So it's a little bit harder to get rid of. A little bit. There's ways to still exile and minus counters, but still, it's still a lot harder.
He's a little tougher to deal with.
I pondered to put him in my Zergo deck, because I'm already
making a
bunch of little guys that are attacking anyways.
He's just an additional threat. The problem is that the reason why you don't want to put a 4 cost that doesn't do anything to progress your main strategy. Right. He's more so like an extra thing you're trying to do.
And I don't need him in there. That's why I've never put him in there. It's one of those he works well. He would be cool with it, but it's with every.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
I have a lot more other things that are way cooler. So
especially a 4 cost, you can do a lot.
Oh, exactly. And then with it's a little bit of go wide. That's kind of my style, anyways. A little bit go wide.
Yeah, I can see that. You like them wide. Wide. Is that it for Tajic, Blade of the Legion?
Tajic, yeah.
I think that's how you say it, Tajic. I can't remember 100%, but I think that's how you say it. So then my next one, in a little bit of a different vein, it's one that I started building and I abandoned because I ended up switching commanders. So I started building Glarb, Calamity's Augur, who is a Sultai cost 2/4 Death Toucher. That alone, I was just like, that's an interesting thing. It's a Frog Wizard Noble. I was like, alright, I'm in. And then I read his abilities. He's pretty sweet. Seems like just a good value and kind of control-y, kind of mid-rangey commander for CDH. But I ended up pivoting into Tivit. I did the pivot to Tivit. And especially because I already had a Sharuum deck. So instead of having to build a whole nother deck, I basically just took a bunch of the Sharuum stuff, took the CDH cards I was missing, and started, assembling a different deck. And Glarb seems like it would have been really cool. You can look at the top card of your library at any time, and then you can play lands and cast spells with mana value 4 or greater from the top of your library. So that's kind of cool with things like Snuff Out cost 4 mana, and if it's on top of your library and you have a swamp in play, you can pay 4 life and play it for free, no mana cost instead.
Okay.
Because it's a 4 mana thing you can cast from the top of your deck.
There you go.
Same with if someone goes to cast a spell, oh, hold on 1 second, I have a Force of Will on top of my deck. So I'll pitch a card from my hand, pay 1 life, and force. And you don't have to have the 5 mana, but it costs 4 or greater, so you can cast it. You just have to be able to cast it.
Right.
And cards with alternative casting costs can be cast with their alternative casting costs.
Right.
Because you're able to cast them from the top of your deck. And then Glarb is just really sweet with the last thing there. You can control the top of your deck a little bit because you can tap to Surveil too. So you can kind of manipulate the top of your deck a little bit. If you look at the top 2 and it's 2 things you don't need or can't cast, you could bin them both, throw them both in the graveyard with Surveil, and then hopefully hit something else blind, or you could see one thing you don't want, one thing you do. Okay, perfect. And then set your deck up to take advantage of his ability to play stuff, cheat stuff in, sort of. He's really interesting. My second favorite color combo. I love Esper the most, and then Sultai is just right there, right under. It's 1A, 1B. They're really close. I really like this color combination as well. Blue is for sure my favorite. Black is right there with it, and then white and green. I kind of go back and forth on which one I prefer. And I already have I have 2 Esper decks, and probably 2 Sultai decks. Yeah. Because Marlin's Sultai as well. Yeah, I have 2 Esper decks and 2 Sultai decks, so I don't really need another Sultai commander,
I've definitely built more green decks with green in them, but it's not necessarily my favorite.
Green is just really good.
It's really good, and it's really versatile.
Yeah. It does a lot. It draws you cards. It protects your board. It recurs things. It makes your board bigger. It can kind of like go over the top or straight through your opponent. Green, of course, is the ramp color.
Right.
Like,
yes.
Yeah, green is just really good. Yeah.
So the deck I am currently building is Baylen the Haymaker.
I almost talked about this one because you're building it. I was going to build it way different than you are. Talk about how you're going to build it.
But you have Baylen right here, right? You have the bunny right here.
Yep,
Get it out of here!
Show the version.
Miyamoto Usagi from the Ninja Turtle set. Yes, I'm using Ninja Turtle set card. How can you guess that? Why would you guess that? How would you know that? Because it's me, damn it. It's me.
Usagi means rabbit, by the way.
I know that. I know that.
Okay.
Did
you know that because of Sailor Moon?
No, I know it.
That's how I know it.
I know it from Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't a
Ninja Turtles character.
Ninja Turtles, yeah.
Yeah, you made the connection. Yeah, I watched Sailor Moon as a kid, and I was like, Usagi, and it means rabbit in Japanese, yeah. You know why Sailor Moon is the rabbit princess?
No.
Because the shadow on the moon. This is a tangent. The shadow on the moon looks like a rabbit.
Yeah. That part I knew.
Rabbits in the moon are like connected in their lore. But go ahead and talk about your rabbit.
Miyamoto Usagi, aka Baylen the Haymaker. And so he's a rabbit warrior. Do we know any other famous rabbits that are in the lore of Magic?
There's a bunch of rabbits. They're just, I don't know how famous they are, because I know Phineas the Archer and...
which will be going in the deck.
In the deck, yeah. And then it doesn't... I'm blanking on the other one. Isn't Bumbleflower? Yeah, Bumbleflower's a rabbit. Yeah.
But won't be the same
She can't
colors.
go in because she's
blue.
Blue, yes.
Blue, white, green.
Yeah.
So I would want to kind of only having like 1 or 2, maybe 3 creatures in the deck.
Really? In a creature-based deck, you're only going to have 3 creatures?
Yeah.
Okay.
I may have 25 of a certain creature,
okay.
but I'm going to go with Heir Apparent.
Heir Apparent.
It's going to be...
because they make tokens.
To
feed Baylen.
I
like, because Baylen's got some like tap tokens to do X, Y, and Z. It's got like 3 different ones, right?
Yeah, you tap 2 to create 1 mana of any color. You tap 3 to draw a card, and you tap 4 to put 3/1/1s on Baylen, and they gain trample till end of turn.
That's so good too. It does it all.
So just have a couple of those rabbits, just making rabbits, doing the rabbits things, and.
Man, that's gross. I was going to build it completely different. I was just going to have all kinds of random junk. It was going to be food tokens and treasure tokens and junk tokens. Anything that came in and made a token, like any sort of creature, rats, bats, all kinds of stuff. Oh, man. I was going to have just like this random hodgepodge of shit, and then that'll be...
It's Naya, which was my very first deck I ever made. The colors were for dog meat.
Dog meat, yep.
So
I remember
a lot of this deck is nostalgic / there's going to be a lot of things that I put when I first built out dog meat in this, like not that were not equipment based.
Yeah, like just the others, like
just
the support
stuff that
because you could run the same removal, the same ramp. You could run the same protection spells because you're going to be running, I imagine, a lot of the stuff to protect your
protection, and then like Cathar's Crusade to make my things just massive. Felidar Retreat again to just make when I just land either give myself vigilance or
what bracket are you building this in?
I'm trying to keep it down as a 2.
Okay.
Which is it's gonna be a fun balance if I can do that.
I think you'll be able to do it. It'll just be a strong 2, which is fun. So
so it's a nostalgic based deck, but it's just going to be rabbits making rabbits and just doing what rabbits do.
You know what I love about Baylen?
And try to get as much value for it. And then, of course, you got to have your big hitters in there.
That last ability on Baylen is like... So, this is going to sound silly. I view Baylen the Haymaker as this world's Goku. It's the Spirit Bomb. All of you rabbits, give me your power! And they could literally one-shot somebody.
And because you're tapping them and not...
All of them are putting their energy into Baylen, and Baylen can... Yeah. And it's the Haymaker. Such a good name. But yours is cool, too. Miyamoto?
Miyamoto,
yeah. Miyamoto Usagi. That's pretty cool. Miyamoto's a good name. Good character. I like the art style. We'll definitely have that one up. That's a cool art style, too.
Real quick, I just want to give a shout-out to our local game shop, Central Coast Collectibles. It doesn't matter what card I just randomly come across, like scrolling online. If I get my heart set on a card, within 7 to 10 days, it appears at the shop.
The shop is a magical place. Literally anything I'm looking for shows up there eventually. I wasn't patient enough for Transmute Artifact. I bought it in Vegas. I came back from Vegas. I'm like, is that a Transmute Artifact?
Yep. It's how it is with that show. It's just magical.
It really is. It really is a magic shop.
I really love our LGS very much.
Shout out Tyler.
It was just the other day. I was in there and I was leaving, and someone literally, like, I was sitting there looking through the binders as he was trading and stuff. And Nick, he's like, "There's turtle stuff. You want to look through it?"
New turtle stuff. They filter it through.
Yeah. And we're like, "Oh, I don't have the money." Yes, I do have the money. Here it is. Take my money.
I have the money. I didn't want to spend it.
Yes,
that's me right now. I don't think I'm spending any on Marvel or. Honestly, I like The Hobbit, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to spend the money on it.
To me, it depends what's in the set.
I
would like to. Oh,
I got the Credential Masters, dude. I'm going to be spending.
I want the One Ring.
I'm going to be spending $5,000 like every 2 months until I get this done. Until I pay $31,500 to get it all done.
So what you need to do is buy the collector's box and then pull something good. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
No, actually,
everyone knows that's all you got to do. Just buy a collector's box and you'll pull something crazy and then you get your money's worth like that.
I was thinking about picking my 4 favorite decks and selling everything else because I need the money.
Yeah.
I have a lot of money just sitting here that I could liquidate and use to pay for my credential and my degree. Because getting my master's is really important to me, and a lot of this isn't as important to me anymore. You know, I gave a bunch of this tangent. Let's get it out. I gave a bunch of the desk. I used to have more tchotchkes on my desk. I gave a bunch of them away to the kids this year because I'm feeling less and less attached to physical stuff as I get older, and I'm feeling less and less dependent on these things. I feel more dependent on experiences. Like, I'd rather go to your place or go to JD's and crack a box and draft it and then leave the cards on the table and walk away because I do not feel like I need them anymore. I enjoy the game and I enjoy playing it, but every day I look at the cards and I feel like I want them less because I have other things I need to do.
I feel like you're getting in your mode or you're taking your time off again.
I'm probably going to have to take a break. Actually, Eric and I talked about this because I started building this. I bought more paints, I not as enthused with UB. How the game's going.
I think UB has sucked a lot of the soul out of you too.
Marvel is going to be most of Magic the Gathering for a while. Literally, there are 7 Iron Man cards in this set. There are 7 Niv Mizzet cards from 2004 to now.
Right.
7 different versions of Niv Mizzet exist. It took them 20 years to get to that point. We have 1 set of 7 Iron Man. Did we need 7 Iron Man? Did we need 50 Spider-Men? UB... I liked Final Fantasy, and what else have I liked?
They didn't need...
Is that it?
A common, uncommon, rare, mythic for turtles.
Yeah, turtle in every pack kind of ruined that for me because drafting it wasn't fun at all. The limited pool was cool because my deck was good. I got lucky, even with 3 of the fucking Hampton Farm or whatever, Northampton Farm. I was like, what? What a terrible pool!
And those are rares.
It's all rare. Your rare can be a Garbo land. If they're gonna make a land rare, it's got to be as good as the one that they just put in Secrets of Strixhaven. What's it called? The colorless one that shuts a land off. I'll put it up there. I can't remember the name of it. I know I have one. I know I have it. It's I pulled 2 of them even, I think. Since it's colorless, it should be near the back of my binder. Near the Petrified Hamlet.
Okay.
It's this one. When this land enters, choose a land card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Lands with the chosen name have tap to add colorless. So it just shuts a land that has a good ability. There's only a couple that really matter, but Miyamo that untaps a legendary permanent comes to mind. And then there's a couple other good utility lands in CDH that are, they draw you cards or they might blink a thing, but I don't know. It's just it doesn't shut down Gaia's Cradle because that's a mana ability.
Right.
And that's like the best land in CDH. If you're not shutting down Gaia's Cradle, you're not really doing enough. Gaia's Cradle is like it. But anyway, and you always do these big crazy ones. So, my third card I'm going to talk about today, and I believe we're in the same vein, is one that we want to rebuild one day.
Yep.
Okay. So for me, I talked about her in the favorite deck, because this was a favorite deck of mine for years. When I got back into the game in 2022, all I had was Sidisi, and then this was the first deck I built. Sharuum the Hegemon, who is a Esper-colored Sphinx, who by today's standards is, really slow. It's a 6-drop, but like Tivit, it's a 6-drop that combos the second you play it. So it kind of wins you the game for 6 mana. And especially because the way that this won the game was so satisfying to me. I loved this deck. I would combo with Machine God Effigy or Phyrexian Metamorph, or now I think Imposter Mech would work too. It's a newer card and I didn't have access to it at the time, but I think that would work too.
Editor Fern here from the future. Imposter Mech does not work. It says creature an opponent controls. Reading the card explains the card most of the time.
But yeah, you just play your Sharuum and you have it on the battlefield, and then you play the clone effect, and then you can go through the loop, or you play the clone effect and sacrifice it, or it gets destroyed, and it's in the graveyard already, and then you play Sharuum and you pull that card back to combo, because how the combo works is it's abusing the legend rule. And you just are looping through getting Sharuum on the battlefield, and then a copy of Sharuum, and then sending that one of them to the graveyard and redoing that over and over and over. Because each time it enters, it pulls an artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you're going through that loop over and over and over while there's something on the battlefield like Disciple the Vault, Marionette Apprentice, Marionette Master, something that triggers when an artifact dies, essentially. And it does 1 damage to each opponent or target opponent. Target's a little bit weaker, of course, but then you just everybody down. I loved that combo deck. It was a very satisfying deck to play because it was a very strong control deck that basically just shut everyone down. I'd play your big threat, Okay, well, we're going to stop that player from winning there, maybe stop that player from winning there, and then now it's my opportunity. That kind of a deck. Almost like a CDH deck, to be honest. It was a very strong bracket 4. It was almost too strong for our group, so I took it apart. Because after I played it, it was the first half of last year. It didn't lose a game in the first half of last year. So it was around last summer that I was like, I need a different, strong deck. I'll take this apart. And at first I had built Vivi, didn't really like it, started building Glarb, and then I was like, wait, what am I doing? I have all these Esper cards. And that's when I made that pivot to Tivit. And now Tivit is my strong Esper deck. And I may rebuild this as a bracket 4 artifact-based control deck again one day. I just love artifacts. I love blue, black, and white, and I love what they offer in Commander. Honestly, there's another reason. I wasn't sure I was going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. Years ago, when I first got into Commander, I was playing a Jund deck. I had Rexiel first, and then I built Kresh, and then I built Prosh. And my brother had this commander, and his deck was incredible. It was just the coolest deck he had ever built. It was super blinged out. And so when I got back into the game, I decided I was going to build Sharuum. Because out of every deck I'd ever played against or witnessed, it was the best, the coolest. It had this aura to it. And I wanted to build it. I wanted to capture that. So I built it in the same vein as my brother's deck, but just kind of with the times, modernized it.
Right on.
Yeah. And it's just, I love it. I love the character. I love the deck. Oh, man, there's another thing. So, the flavor text on Time Civ, the combo piece that's in Tivit.
Right.
The flavor text says, I pray that I am never considered old or unnecessary. It's a quote by Sharuum, the Hegemon. She was considered old and unnecessary for me, and I had to replace her with Tivit. But Time Civ is still on the deck, so she's still remembered. Her legacy, that's literally the successor. Even though the deck is way different now, it's in spirit, it's this. It's just reborn. It's like Theseus' ship. Have you heard of this? If you take Theseus' ship apart plank by plank and restore it, and then rebuild it with the old planks, which one is Theseus' ship? It's like, if I rebuild this deck, it's like, is that or is it this?
The wood is
It's
ship of
the
Theseus.
original wood. So the one that's used that has all the old lumber is the real ship of Theseus.
Or is the spirit along the way?
Is it the new ship that has been piloted by that same crew, has had the name, has carried the legacy? See, it's the argument.
You know, for someone who's so against UB and Marvel, you're quoting WandaVision very much.
Oh no! Oh no! I did watch that show. It wasn't the best. I do love the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen was perfect for her. Oh my god, Elizabeth Olsen. Wanda is a super strong character.
Yeah.
Absolutely love OP characters.
I'm excited for
Speaking
her.
of OP characters,
Yeah.
Doctor Doom versus Thanos.
Oh.
I watched this little short,
Oh,
little tiny animation.
Oh, you saw what happened.
I saw it, and I was just
you
like,
see what happened.
I was just like, I knew Doctor Doom was this strong. Thanos without his Infinity Gauntlet really isn't shit.
How
He
awesome,
really isn't Doctor
how awesome is if like they get the Josh Brolin cameo and just for that scene.
Just for that.
That
That would
scene.
be so cool.
Like that's like the opening of like
I love fan animations. Like right after I watched that, I watched All Might versus Homelander for like the 6th time.
Yeah.
I love that one. Oh my gosh. There's something about All Might. Like obviously, I don't know if people can. He's probably off camera right. No, he's just barely on camera right there. And I have where I work out in my garage, there's a towel. It's a towel, not a poster. It's a towel with All Might flexing on it. If I could be All Might, I would. If I could be isekai into a world where anime is real and superpowers are real, oh my god, All Might's the best. He's the GOAT. He is top tier for me. Anyway, who is your third? Because you got to talk about yours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one I want to go and rebuild.
Yes.
Thalia and the Gitrog monster.
Oh, I forgot you took her apart.
I completely,
them apart.
Yeah. It was the first deck I wasn't playing with you guys. I was the second deck or third deck I built.
Trying to build a strong
trying
one.
to build a bracket 4. So it was bracket 4 in Game Changers only.
I have like 4 or more.
Like, yeah, that's all. It was just bracket 4 in Game Changers only.
Staxy.
Any black, all the green, all the white.
Like
Game
tutors.
Changers, yeah.
Yeah.
They were just in there. What was I getting? I didn't know. What was I looking for? I don't know.
Shrugs.
I'm so new to this
You should have
game.
been running Necro and Doomsday. One of the win cons.
So Thalia and the Gitrog monster, 1 white, black, green. Legendary.
So that's Abzan.
Human frog warrior.
Yeah.
First strike, death touch.
It's pretty gross.
Gross. 4/4 with the first strike and death touch. Gross. You may play an additional land on each of your turns.
Oh, that's right. Because you have
creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped.
Yes.
Boom. Whenever Thalia and the Gitrog monster attack, sacrifice a creature or a land, then draw a card.
Yeah. Built-in card draw even at the cost of sacking a permanent.
Yeah.
A creature or a land gives you some flexibility, but that is, honestly, as far as the bracket 4 decks go, a little tougher than playing, like... I don't even know what we were playing at the time, because I didn't have Lumra. What was we playing in bracket 4? Oh, would it have been my Sharuum deck?
Sharuum deck, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
okay. It was at my Sharuum deck and what, like JD's Demons?
Yeah, so how fitting
or Turgrid?
that was our ones that we brought up this episode.
Actually, yeah.
Without even talking.
Without even thinking. Yeah, we did not plan this at all. That's funny.
That's pretty awesome.
Because we used to play these two against each other, and those are the ones we want to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like trying to relive the glory days, and you're like, I will come back stronger.
And the fact that I'm a lot better player and
for sure.
more knowledgeable
You've
player.
grown so much this year.
That it's going to, I feel like building that deck out will be a lot better, and I'll be able to.
And have like a cohesive
there's
strategy.
so many. The first keywords, first strike, death touch is just
gross, yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in
that
green
is the best defensive creature
that you can
except
give
reach.
yourself trampled.
Yeah.
Honestly, Garrick's Uprising is one of my favorite cards. It's a 3
and
drop.
you draw.
And you card draw, and
you
yourself
curve
trampled.
Garrick's Uprising into her, because it's a 3-drop into her, or them. It's a lady and a frog.
Yeah.
The princess and the frog.
So when this topic came up, I was like, yeah, I need to rebuild them, and it'll be something fun. And
the Gitrog monster is such a good creature.
Yes.
I have it in my Sidisi deck. I love the Gitrog monster. It was one of those first things that because they didn't used to have as many legendary creatures in sets. look at there was old sets where they would have like maybe 18 legendary creatures. And if the Gitrog monster was one of them, you're like, wait, this frog is a legendary?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you have to think about, wait, this frog is so notorious that it's known, it's named, the whole plane knows its existence.
Yep.
That's how badass legendaries used to be. And now it's like 100 of the characters in each, or 100 of the creatures in each set are going to be legendary. Just
and
because
I definitely had the Gitrog monster in the deck.
The regular one?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Ravenous Ride, the other Gitrog monster?
No.
Yeah, that one's, it's okay. I like the original Gitrog. The original Gitrog monster is sweet. You're going to pull out your play. I knew it. I was waiting for it. I was like, he's rustling for it. Show it.
So
yeah,
I do like the Gitrog monster very much. This is the
Ribbit.
I do have my Ninja Turtles one, but when I want to play more in universe, I love to see the arm sticking out of the mouth.
You know what I love about this being blown up is there's so many details that you don't notice like on the card as easily. It's got some scarring, like it's been in some tussles.
Right. It's such a beautiful...
It's almost dinosaurish, dude.
Yes.
This thing is so cool.
That's why I want to build out Thalia and the Gitrog together.
That almost looks like a vampire, not a human, because it's like kind of purple, like ashen.
Yeah.
And because it's a horror, it's not like a normal frog. It's got some weird elements to it. Yeah.
Which I'm.
And then that art where it's with Thalia looks a little different. It looks more like a frog, like just a big, beefy boy.
This is the one, the more fancy.
Yeah, this is the one you were running?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's right, because these are the team-ups where they were fighting the Phyrexians. That's why they're teamed up. Okay, yeah. I was wondering when this was from.
Now that I look at it, I kind of like the original art a little bit more. I ran the... I think I like the border better.
The border's really cool.
I like the border better, but I like the art itself.
I love borders on cards. Like I love that they're experimenting with that.
Yes.
Because like the Glarb I had, I love the way the Bloomburrow frame looks. I love the way Innistrad Midnight Hunt looked. Tarkir Dragonstorm's frame with the dragon wings. Oh man, there's got to be some other ones I'm forgetting, but like sometimes they nail it with the new borders and the way they're doing cards now.
I like the sewer art for the Ninja Turtles.
Oh yes,
but it's also more of the cartoon art as well. So
yeah,
which is the cartoon I grew up with. So it's me.
Yeah,
it's more nostalgia for.
How do you feel about the the full art portrait cards where it's like just the face of the character site super close up? I'm like, it depends on the character, because sometimes if it's just a person, I'm like, okay, it's just a dude's face. Yeah. But Ululek is like, okay, that's cool because it's like a thing.
It depends. Yeah, you're right. It depends.
And then also with the full art cards, I don't know. I feel like sometimes they nail it. I feel like they need to stop putting the little. If you're gonna do a full art card, stop putting the little framing around the text box area because it just kind of looks weird.
So as you were talking, I was scrolling through and I just saw the Thalia and the Gitrog Monster 1.
That's like a store. Yeah, that's store championship. Yeah, I knew that was what that was. That's cool.
That is really, really
action
awesome.
Scenes in full art are cool. Yeah. You would just have to have the other one so you could read it while you're playing. That's like 4 lines of text it had?
Yeah, it's my sideboard.
Yeah. So did we capture the essence of what we're trying to talk about?
I have one more, just
an honorable mention. Sure.
Yeah,
I probably could do one too.
So I try to stay in universe. Besides the art, was different, but I stayed in universe for this whole episode.
Oh, okay. For the most part. If you're gonna do that, I have one too.
But this one is Mr. House. President and CEO.
At least it's a cool one. I do like him.
We have just started doing a D&D campaign together, and this deck, the deck Mr. House, is all about rolling dice. So it's a complete deck that's just randomness. It's the gamble deck. It's the deck that I want to put everything that I want to roll. You have to roll for.
Yeah.
So it'll be bracket one more than likely, but it could just.
I played against one in Vegas, and the guy had a pregame where he's like, "Is it okay if I play this card?" It was like an acorn card, a nun card. I want to say it was something crazy too, but we played against it. Basically, every card had dice rolling, and it was an incredibly fun time. Yeah, it was such a good deck.
And it seems super fun.
I think we need more gimmick decks in our play group. One that I was going to build that was UB that I ended up not building. I love this character. I love what this card does. Golbez Crystal Collector.
That's one
I wanted the cool version of it too. I never was able to acquire it. If I see it in the shop again, I might spend the money on it. But yeah, I just love what he does. He's Demir colored. He's a 2-drop, so you get him in quick. Whenever an artifact you control enters Surveil 1, just thinking like, okay, that's mid. And what does that get you? At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more artifacts, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, which is great recursion, especially if you're playing like other big fatties and support creatures. Maybe you're playing like some of the like things that trigger either card draw or they're like something that might have like a really good ETB. You just want to get that back in your hand so you can play it again. And then if you control 8 or more artifacts, each opponent loses life equal to that card's power. Which is why I said fatties at first, because you might want to like pitch a big, dumb, 7-power creature or something, and then pull it back just so each opponent loses 7. Kind of in Demir in a control deck, that gives you a way to like kind of progress the game, which you don't usually have in control. You're usually waiting to combo off.
Right.
There's honestly most of the other ones. If I was to have any more honorable mentions, would all be Final Fantasy. Technically, I started building these 2. I have gone through 4 CDH decks, technically, because I built Vivi, then I started building Timna Crumb, but I was building them as Cecil Harvey and Barnabas Tharmir, and then I went into Glarb, because I was like, no, I don't want to do UB, and I don't want to do 4 colors, let's do these 3. Went into Glarb, had 70 of the cards together, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why don't I just play the card I really want to play, the card I already had most of the cards for, and that's when I switched to it. So I've technically had 4
just looking,
ones.
I had... Was it Arbor?
I remember him.
I used to have him as was it Arbor?
Warrior of Darkness.
Warrior of Darkness. Just because black creatures and white creatures get bonuses.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have been cool. If you had gotten it to go. I remember you played him, but like you kind of gave up on him kind of quick, I think.
It was... Again, I was still newer to the game.
Yeah.
It was still... I think it was like last year. And it was
it was last summer because
shortly after it came out. Because that was
1 year ago.
That was one of my Final Fantasy deck.
Final Fantasy came out 1 year ago, and I actually at one point I had Vivi fully built, Ishtola fully built. I was working on Timna Crumb, and then I started. Oh, I have it actually. Wandering Minstrel. I had 4 Final Fantasy decks at one point, and I know you have Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Johnny had Sephiroth.
Johnny, he still
has.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny also had Kuja and
laughing. No, not laughing.
the Mad Clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget. Kefka. He had Kuja and Kefka. So Coop, my buddy in Florida, built Kuja. I feel like I see Final Fantasy decks all over. Miles and Kaz have like 2 or 3 Final Fantasy decks amongst theirs. So yeah, I feel like I see Final Fantasy decks a lot. And as far as sets with a lot of legendaries go, that one was done right.
Yes.
That one was good.
Because there was like 1 or 2 versions. There were
1 or 2 of each character.
But they're usually also like different colors.
They're also very good.
Yes.
None of them were just terrible. Like even though cards were just like, I'm not going to build that, it's still a good card in a deck. Like think about how many cards we saw, like Professor Hojo. Do you remember that card?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nutty for equipment decks, but it's like green. So it's like, well, this is a cool, interesting new angle.
Right.
And then there was like there was another one I was thinking of earlier that I'm like, this is a super cool. Oh, Prince Noctis. It's in my colors, the Esper one, where you get to play artifacts from your graveyard by paying 3 life, I think it is, in addition to their cost. So essentially, he's a combo engine because you pitch artifacts and you just pay 3 life to pull them back. As long as you're netting like mana or something off of that exchange, you can then put that into like anything to win. Like you could do an 8 Flux Reservoir line. It's an artifact-based deck. You can do whatever. I like Sharuum.
I think what it really boils down to is there's just too much. They're trying to do too much.
Yeah. Speaking of too much, I think the heat is getting to be too much. I am starting to definitely like. We're gonna put the AC in here next week. So. This has been Keyword Soup. Today we talked about the ones that got away, some decks that we didn't build or started to build or are going to rebuild. I'm Fern, better known as Hydrozoa.
I'm Tsunami, always as Tsunami.
Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Baby, come back!